Well, hello everyone. Got my sidekick Devin with me. And we are at the parish barn where there's piles of sand and sandbags. There's one area, as y'all seen before, that the water gets up into the garage area. So we're going to get some sandbags today just before this incoming storm that's happening. The problem with this storm that's going on is it's going to be a slow moving storm, and Gloria with Sweet and Savory Words told me to make a video of this, so that's what we're doing. We're about to fill up some sandbags to where we can have some on hand just in case we need them, because they're predicting a lot of rain. Not a typical rain from a hurricane, which is a lot, but this is supposed to dump inches and inches of rain. And if it stays slow, then we may have a little problem. So we're going to try to get some sandbags together and get this loaded up to where we can get it back home and start setting it up. Okay, so I think we got enough for what we need. We're going to go lay these out at the home. I didn't want to get too much more because I don't want to overload the RTV. I don't know how much this thing will handle. So back to home we go. We are back home. Go set these up. And then we wait. Okay, so it doesn't normally flood in Dequincy because we are the highest point in the parish. But we'll just see what happens in this one. As y'all have seen before, this carport, because my driveway goes down into the garage, then it pours off to the side, but it gets about 2 foot from the house sometimes on heavy rains. So we got enough in case we need to move them around. Got enough also to put by the door as well. So we'll see what happens. If you're in a flood prone area, you might want to get you some sandbags. It may save water from coming into your house if you have low points. Okay, so now that I know how many bags it takes to go across, I moved them out the way and I laid me a tarp down, and I taped it up on the edges and let it come up where I'll hold it. And then what I'll do is I'll put these bags in a row all the way down. Now sand is what you need to use for sandbags, of course. You can't really use dirt because it doesn't really displace the water like sand does. But there is still a chance that minute water can get through the sandbag. So what I've done is put this down. That way, if there's any water that comes up to the bag and goes through the bags, then it'll get stopped by the viscline. This is the only low area that I would say we have here, because this part of the house is on a cement slab. I'll show you what the side of the house looks like. Then once you come off the front of the house, all of this, it gets higher. It's a brick foundation. And by the time you get to the back of the house, you're almost at a foot elevation. And you can see here as it runs down along the house. It's all the way around. So I'm up on piers, except for the den where it could come in. And it is starting to rain. The storm is not going to be here until around midnight. Well, in the Texas area, they're saying, the meteorologists. So that's when we'll start getting hit with a lot of rain. So hope everybody's ready for this. Our meteorologist says don't unpredict the wind. We could have a potential of 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. So just make sure your things are all put up so that don't have stuff like flying around. 50 mile an hour winds is really nothing. We've been through a whole lot worse. It's not going to really affect any of the trees that we have. I'm not worrying about that. So let's get going. Okay, that gives me about 6 to 8 inches. Well, all right. We got the bags back in place, double stacked. Got the tarp in place. This takes care of the front. And then by the door, we got them rounding around the door. And we can monitor it. We have more bags here. If we need to put, we'll put in front of the door. Okay, so maybe this evening after I take a break and after everybody's in. All right, guys, there you go. Hope everyone stays safe, stay well, and always remember to prepare for the unknown.